Hey guys, alright, so here's what we're going to do today. I took the Jeep down and got it smogged, it passed smog, which is another check mark. Now we can move on. I got a lot of that stuff done that needed to be taken care of as far as mechanical issues. Got the rear main seal done. I had to do that a second time because the first time it failed. That was my bad. I realized what I did. I scraped off some of the seal that went up and over the crankshaft. Had to take that one out and put a brand new one in and fix that so it's no longer leaking. I took the battery off. I had to let the computer reset everything, and when I took it down to get it smogged, it wasn't quite done yet. Got it smogged today. We're back on the road. I was kind of noticing that I was having some issues with power. I think it might be the catalytic converters, I'm not sure, so I got Walker converters. They came in. I'm going to show you what they are, what they look like, what I think of them. It's just my personal preference and opinion, and we'll put them on. We'll see what they do, and we'll go from there. Here's the cats. I'll show you what we pay for this extra money. These numbers. That's it. Now, take a look at this weld. You got a big old globby bead right here. It goes around, and it starts to look all right here, then it gets a little sour again. Now, I'm not saying I'm a perfect welder by any means, but I like to get what I pay for, and that's a lot of money. And you can see down here, it's a lot of splatter and stuff still left on here too. A lot of globs there, right there. And again, it comes down, it folds up right here, comes down, folds up some more, kind of opens up sort of, folds up some more there. Well, on the better side, they are light. They are lighter than the stock ones that I have, and I'll show you what they look like inside too. So you see that inside. I'll show you what the other ones look like when I take them off. And there's the other one. So of course they're brand new, so they're going to look nice, which is what we want. And really what I'm looking for is the power, the performance to clean it up. So I sure hope these work. Okay, so here's the rear cat. It's got a different flange setup than the stock. The stock just, it's all one piece. So this actually will connect here. It's got a gasket that goes in between. Then this comes up. Now what I don't like about these is that it's got all these ridges. And anybody that knows anything about performance stuff or hot rods and stuff knows that's bad. Because when this comes through, it creates eddies in here, little swirlies, and that breaks down your performance. The 4.0 is not a performance motor, I understand that, but at the same time, it doesn't need any power rod from it either. You got another one here, here, comes up here, and here as well. So visually, that looks bad. I don't know how it's going to work on the road. We'll find out though after we install them. Coming around here in the front, we've got the number plate. In California, these are C.A.R.B compliant, which is a real pain in the butt. Reason being, these are the only cats I could find to be C.A.R.B compliant, unless I got some from AutoZone, which would work also, but they're about $1,000. This whole system here cost me about $700. That's still a lot of money. If you go out of state, anywhere other than California and New York, it's half the price. It's ridiculous, and all because of this number right here. But we're in California, so we got it. We're gonna do what we got to do to make this thing legal and proper. When you pay a lot of money, I want $700 worth of work, and to me, this is something that looks like we could have done here in the garage. Sad to say, but it is what it is. I'll put them on, and we'll see what they do. All right, got the cat side undone, unscrewed. Got this side lowered so we can get it out. Across. Okay, and we got the drive shaft out of the way. I've got 3 of the 4 nuts, or bolts, excuse me, taken off from here. Taking off the O2 sensors, and we'll drop this down in just a sec. Alright, so we've got a couple places that we have connectors for the O2 sensors. We have one here that comes off the exhaust manifold. There's another one here which comes off the exhaust manifold, and the one off the rear cat is back here and it's a pain. Alright, there it is. Gotta find it. Squeeze the end, which is toward the motor. Ah, there we go. And then it pulls off. And that's it. You want to make sure that you keep both of these two separate because they are different. Alright, we'll get this final bolt. Alright, so inside this one, you can see there's a bunch missing. It's kind of hard to see, but there we go. See, there's a bunch missing down on the lower portion. That's the rear cat. And here's the front cat. It's actually okay. Everything is a-okay on this one. They don't look too bad, but going back to this one, down below, there's a lot missing. That was my big concern. I don't know if it's a major problem, but that stuff's got to go somewhere, and I'm guessing that it's probably down here somewhere. I didn't hear anything rocking around, and nothing came out, but at times I have horrible performance on my motor. So we'll see how these two line up next to each other with the Walker and this one. Okay, here they are side by side. We got the Walker on this side, the stock one on this side. I thought that these cans were smaller than stock, but it doesn't look like it at all. Not like I thought. They look to be about the same. You can see here that these have nice smooth bends to them. There's a flat spot here where they welded on this bung, but as far as stock, I mean, everything looks really nice. Comes right out and back to the cat. This one here, like I mentioned, has got all these little ridges to it. Hopefully it won't hurt it, but we'll see. And the nice thing I do like about this is it's got the flange, so we can take the cat off and separate that and do it in two different pieces. This one does not. This one goes straight to the cat. So when you look these up, the problem I found is you try to look up a Jeep cat and you're going to probably find the one in the rear, but in fact we want the two in the front, and there's 3 total, which makes it a pain. So just give you a heads up, as a 2003, I had to look up the front and the rear, this one being the front and the one that attaches being the rear. Okay, by the way, I put 2 brand new fresh O2 sensors up off the manifold, and that should hopefully start reading a little bit better. I don't know if the old ones were bad or not, but might as well just do everything at the same time. So let's put these ones up. Here's the rear cat. I noticed that we have a little bit of space here, and I've just hooked up the muffler and the back part of the rear cat just enough so I could put the bolts onto the front. I'm going to squeeze this together, make sure that that's proper, and then we'll go down and tighten these. and that should tighten everything up and bring it back into play. Okay, got bolted that up, and I'll be honest with you, this is not turning out so well for me. I'm not happy with this thing at all. The flange here didn't match the gasket that came. Yeah, I know I could have called them up to send another one or something, I don't know, but I'm trying to get this done, and this is retarded, so I made it work. Now, coming back here, the way this is welded is the cat angles downward, which means it's not lining up with my muffler. It should be up just a little bit, at least to connect, so I could push this back up into place. That's how the stock one is. Like I said, this is pissing me off, to be honest with you. And the reason why it is lower is because of this weld right here. From this point back, it's okay, and from here down, it angles downward. I'll do what I can do to get it back on, but like I said, I'm not happy right now, so I'll just leave it at that. So I was able to raise up the plate and try to get it as lined as possible, get an extension that reached clear back to the back bolt. Got their rear bolt first and then this upper one, and it's better, but we'll see how it does when I fire it up. I'm going to put the final two O2 sensors in and the drive shaft back in place, and hopefully that'll do it. We'll give it a shot. Got one more thing to show you. This is retarded. We got this bung right here for the forward O2 sensor, and they placed it, they welded it right straight up, so the O2 sensor is blocked by the transmission lines. Brilliant. Thanks, guys. This is stock. This is supposed to be a bolt-on. Move your frickin' O2 bung over just a little bit, maybe a 1/4 inch to an inch. It'll clear perfectly. Nothing's in the way. Now I'm stuck trying to figure out how to make this work with my stock transmission cooler lines and this O2 sensor. Retarded, man. This is just getting better and better. Okay, so this is what I wound up doing. This bung should be angled over here, and instead it's angled up toward the oil pan. Okay, so there's still room in between here and the oil pan. I could put my finger in between it, but that's where these two lines run, and these two lines go right up here to a mount. Okay, so this mount has a cap to it, and I can't use the mount now because it's being pushed out by the O2 sensor. If this was over just a little bit, it would have cleared these two lines and they wouldn't be touching this. To me, that's a problem. I don't like that at all. I hope that these don't mess up this O2 sensor, and this is the forward O2 sensor, not the rear. So, long story short, I'm not happy with this. I think it sucks. I think this is garbage. But it is on. It's going to work, and we're going to fire it up. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it sounds like. Hopefully there's no leaks. This was supposed to be a direct bolt-on. It did give me a little bit of challenge, but I got them kind of worked out. Let's see what it does. Alright, moment of truth. Sounds good, feels good. I don't feel any bumps. It was kind of felt like it was missing on the old one with the old O2 sensors. This one feels like it's kind of smooth. Yep, okay, so it feels all right. Let's check it out. Let's look under the hood and let's look around, see if we find anything. Sounds good here. Okay, so here would be one spot where I'd be concerned. I don't really feel anything leaking there, so that's good. Alright. And In the back I see some water dripping out from condensation, so I'm guessing there's probably a leak there. Is that a major problem? I don't think so. That just goes to the exhaust or the muffler anyway, so not a big deal. My main concern was here and off the motor. All right, we'll give it a shot and see what it does power-wise. Okay, here we go. We're gonna give it a shot and we'll see what these new cats do. Not too bad. Feels all right. Doesn't feel like there's any issues that I can see at the moment. It feels like it runs smooth. Gets up and goes off the line pretty quick. Not too bad for what it is. Of course, it's brand new. We'll put a week on it, and then we'll see what it does. Probably about 100-200 miles, and they get back with you on it. At least for now, we know everything's working good. So the next step is to go off-roading. Thanks again for watching, for everything that I've done to get this thing up and running again. All the parts I had to put into it, and we'll do this again. Like I said, we'll climb a hill or something. I'll get you guys somewhere. So thanks for following along. We'll get you there.